amazing Mannatech opportunity meeting, 23rd of April 2020. Welcome to everyone on the call, especially all the new people on the call. My name is Irene de Preer. I will be your MC for tonight. I'm a Bronze Presidential Director from Somerset East, a small Eastern Cape town in the Eastern Cape. It's my pleasure this evening to be your host. And I would just like to start to thank JP Costa, our young and vibrant Platinum Presidential Director from Cape Town. JP and Berta, you are just absolutely such an example to the whole world in this industry. Thank you for setting this platform for us to share with others. Then for Leonie van der Linde, our dreamers, and for bringing Mannatech to South Africa. We've changed so many people's lives worldwide. Then I would never have been here tonight if it wasn't for my silver presidential upline and enrollers, Neil and Helena Wilken from Oudtshoorn, for being my mentors and taking me by the hand and making me believe that I can also be part of a legacy company and changing people's lives. So a special word of welcome to you all. Sit back and take lots of notes. We've got a wonderful evening of people sharing. First of all, we're going to let 4 people just share their favorite product, because Mannatech is a science company with patented products that really make a huge difference in optimal health. Then we're going to have a wonderful Dr. Grietjie Strydom doing the technology, the product technology. And after that, people just going to share why they chose this vehicle as a business model to also improve their wealth. So first of all, I would like to ask Silver Executive Director Diane Kotze from Port Elizabeth to share with us a testimony on what is your favorite product with Mannatech. Please, Di, carry on.
Hi, thanks so much, and thanks for the privilege of being on here. Thank you so much to Neil and Helena, who are my amazing upline and a tremendous support to me. And yeah, the products, we've been part of this company for a long while, and I think initially, especially for the products, because they've made a huge difference in our family in many ways. And my husband does a lot of sports, so the sport products are great. The product I really wanted to mention, and it's not a product, it's a pack, and it's something worth looking at, is the Nutrivirus Integrative Health Pack. This is such a huge saving for people to buy, and I'm just so grateful that my mother, who's 86 years old now and has been on chronic medication since she was about 40, and for the last 6 years has not had to take any chronic medication, and she has not seen a doctor in 6 years. She did see one who did confirm that she didn't need any more chronic medication, but it's such a relief in times like this to know with the elderly are vulnerable that she's going to be fine, and her immune system is well provided for, and her health is well provided for. So it's just an absolutely amazing pack to have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diane, for sharing that. That's amazing what these products can do. We've got so many stories. So the following person, the next one that's going to share an amazing story with us, is a Silver Executive Director, new Silver Executive Director from the Strand, Ria Kritzinger.
Good evening. Thank you, JP, for the privilege to be on this call tonight. I would also thank Irene as well as Neil and Helena for all the love and support. I'm going to share the product Zyme. I first started off by using only Amritaz and OSP, and later upgrade to the 6 core products for the past few years. I sort of got used to always feeling healthy and well. A few months ago, I started to feel bloated and uncomfortable after each meal, especially when eating red meat. Initially, I didn't know what to change in my diet. I even stopped eating meat. I then realized that my digestive system was struggling to digest properly. I then started to add Zyme before each meal. Soon after starting to use this product, I began to feel better. Nowadays, I do not skip using Zyme. This is one of the products that I cannot go without. I thank you.
Thank you, Ria. Thank you. That was most informative about the GI-zyme. I think a lot of people can benefit by that. A lot of people struggle with digestive issues. So the next person is another Silver Executive Director, Henny Creer from Oudtshoorn. Over to you, Henny.
Thanks, Irene. Thank you to you and to Neil and Helena. So special to have all of you with us and supporting us and encouraging us. Obviously, all our products are very special. We started out a few years ago just started out with Ambritose capsules, and within the first month, I overcame an immune system challenge, which was not a serious one, but it was something that kind of interfered with lifestyle and the other work that I do as a minister of a church locally. But then since Nutrivirus came out, it has really been my product of choice. It's a product that you can carry with you, and it has such a lot of value and ingredients in. And if you lift the label, you'll see how much there is in it and how many patents. I can't even remember how many of our patents are represented in that one product. So I take it every day, and my wife is a nursing sister, and she uses it every day with Mannatech, and she hasn't had any immune system challenges in recent years in her work. And then since the superfood came out, that's been added to our regimen and or regime. And my oldest daughter, a student at varsity, loves this product, loves the taste. So I can talk for longer, but that's what we enjoy taking, and it's been really wonderful for us in terms of our health and energy. Thank you so much.
Irene, you're muted.
Oopsie. Sorry. Marguerite Littig will be our next speaker. Marguerite is a pharmacist and our brand new Bronze Presidential, sharing on Mannatech products for us. Thank you, Marguerite.
Thank you, Irene. You're the Bronze Presidential. I'm the Presidential because of you. So thank you very much for that. I have Mannatech products available after my husband passed away, and I wasn't really involved in the products until I started giving these products away, and I saw what these products were doing in my friends' lives and in their health. So this is why I'm doing Mannatech, because I see what it does in other people's lives and in my life as well. And what aroused my curiosity at first was the cell-to-cell communication. And that is still the most amazing thing to have in our products. That's the flagship one. I also like Ambritose, but I'm not going to talk about Ambritose tonight because I see I can give you a very, very powerful testimony of what I had with a very dear friend of mine. We combined the Ambritose with Bounce Back. She was bedridden and unable to work and tremendously pain in her joints. And 3 days after she started with the Ambritose and Bounce Back, she could get out of bed and she could go back to work eventually. And that was even before she started taking the GI Pro Balance and the omega-3 with vitamin D3. So it was like a miracle happening in front of our eyes. And she is still regularly taking our products and, of course, enjoying her loyalty points in the process, which is very nice. I'd like to just touch on Bounce Back. Now, Bounce Back has to be taken on an empty stomach and no food after 45 minutes. Until after 45 minutes, sorry, otherwise you're going to be without food for a long time. The reason being that if there is food in the stomach, the enzymatic activity would rather work on the food than at the integrated or targeted area or site where it's supposed to be working. Sometimes one forgets about the food and then you take it, no sweat, then you take it 2 hours, Bounce Back 2 hours after food. And then the 45 minutes, no food is still a restriction. So very thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity that I had to share a little bit about my life. It has really been a privilege. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marguerite. Oh, what's happening now? Hello.
Hello, Irene. This is my screen. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Marguerite, did I introduce you as Bronze Presidential?
Yes,
Then,
thank you very much for that one.
Awesome. So we might do that affirmation brainstorming that you're the next Bronze Presidential. Okay, thank you all for sharing. We're looking forward, Grieke. Dr. Grieke Strydom is a health practitioner, integrative health medical practitioner, working from home with so much knowledge about, on our glycan technology. She's helped so many people in the 5 years. She's got lots of experience with helping people, you know, with their lifestyle choices and on the products. So, Grieke, we're really looking forward to what you're going to tell us tonight about our technology and our main products. Over to you, Grieke.
Thank you so much, Irene, and thanks very much for inviting me to speak. I love talking on this platform. It's amazing. I need to really thank Irene because she introduced me to the products, and you know, through her and with her help, I've really been able to get a grip on these products, start using it in my practice, and I've got huge success with my patients with chronic health challenges with these products. But before I start talking about the products, I need to say that, you know, I was a traditional medical doctor with an MBCHB, and I started getting serious health challenges. So I can't tell you all about that tonight because it will take up a lot of time. But I can tell you now that I tried all medications, I tried all chemical forms of supplementation. Nothing was working. I was at specialists, you know, I was under the best treatment. Nothing was helping until I got my hands onto Mannatech products, and then my life changed. And, you know, looking at the products, I started researching the company, and I realized that this is a different company. This company is listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange as MTEX, and it's actually a research and development company in the health and wellness industry. And why is this important? Because it's not just a company that just makes products or just copies technologies. They actually do the research and development themselves. It was established in 1994 already, so the company is already 26 years old. It was listed on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange in 1999, so it's properly audited and everything else. You know, they fulfill all the auditory requirements. But what got my attention was the fact that this company discovered glycans and pioneered the study of glycobiology, which I knew nothing about when I was introduced to Mannatech. In fact, when I heard about cellular communication, I thought it was some foo-foo medicine, that it didn't actually exist, because we don't get trained in things like that at all. They've got 17 human clinical studies on their products to show that the products do what they say they do, which is unheard of in the wellness industry. They also have a global scientific advisory board that's made up of doctors and scientists who oversee the product development and, you know, the technology and the, you know, all the research and so on that goes into it. So it's not just some company, you know, piggybacking on other people's discoveries and slapping their own medicines together. This is literally discoveries from scratch, which they've researched properly. They've been issued 138 patents, and they've currently got about 90 patents active. Now, I can tell you, from my experience in the health and wellness industry, I think if you add up all the patents in the entire wellness industry, you won't get to 138 patents of all the other companies. The products are NSF certified. The National Science Foundation in America is an independent board that certifies what's on the box is in the box, and there's nothing that can cause any damage to you in the product, which is fantastic. If you're pregnant, if you've got a small child, if you've got an older parent, if you're taking medication, it doesn't matter what, you can absolutely 100% trust that what's on the box is in the box. And that is also unheard of in the wellness industry. All of the Mannatech products carry a 90-day money-back guarantee. So if people say to me, you know, do these products work? I say guaranteed. You cannot have a company that's 26 years old and they carry a 90-day money-back guarantee on their product. If the products were not working, how would the company get to be 26 years old? Because everybody would be asking their money back. So for me, this was a no-brainer. I started on the journey, I started with the products, and wow, did my life change. The reason why is because it's exclusive technology and ingredients. So they don't only patent their technology, but they also have proprietary arrangements with the people that supply the ingredients, which means they can really get the top-notch ingredients in the world. So the Mannatech products are designed to lead to optimal wellness. So if somebody had to say to me, how do you feel on Mannatech products? I just say, you just feel awesomely well. That's really how you feel. Because it supports and it balances all the main systems in your body. So if you, I mean, the body has a lot of systems. You can see that from the little picture here. But if you look at immune system, digestive system, nervous system, endocrine system, cardiovascular system, there already you have really the main systems of the body, which Mannatech products actually support and balance all of those. And the reason why they actually are able to do that is because they've discovered glycans, which actually are like the operating system of the human body. So these little pictures here on the side, this is the surface of a cell. And these little yellow and blue and green objects here are actually represent glycans. And glycans are monosaccharides that form strings on the outside of the cell in a code formation. So they actually, the cells talk to one another. You need 8 glycans for optimal health. And our modern diet only provides 2 of the 8 in adequate levels because of our farming practices, because of green harvesting, because of food processing, because of cooking methods and our food selection, the fact that people like to eat the same foods all the time. All of these things have led to the fact that we don't get enough glycans in our diet. Now, you can just imagine if some of these codes are missing, that your cells will not be able to communicate with one another. And if your cells can't communicate, then your body doesn't know where must the vitamin C go to, where must the iron go to, which cells must be killed, which cells must not be killed. And that is when you get an overactive immune response or you get cancer because your cells did not communicate with one another and they couldn't recognize that there was a problem. If you now think of our current situation that we have with a COVID virus, your body has to recognize that there is a virus for it to activate the immune system. And if it can't communicate, it cannot tell your immune system to go out and actually kill the virus. So it's really important to understand that without glycans, none of the other things work. So most of Mannatech's products contain glycans. The flagship product of Mannatech is ambitose. And ambitose have all your important glycans in one scoop. So you take a scoop of a powder or you take capsule and you get all of your important glycans to glycosylate all of your cells so all your cells can communicate on an optimal level and your body knows exactly what to do. So if there's any threat like a virus invasion, your body knows, whoa, this thing has to be killed and it can communicate for it to be killed. So ambitose has approved claims that it improves cellular communication, improves concentration, improves memory, improves attentiveness, improves cognitive function, improves digestive system, improves mood, and decreases irritability. Wow, what an amazing combination of things to happen in your body for you to feel optimally well. So 99.999% of people, when they take ambitose and you ask them, how do you feel on it? They just say, I just have an overall feeling of well-being and happiness. And it's because all of their cells communicate properly. When you look at our next product is Phytomatrix. And as you know, the body needs a lot of vitamins and minerals to be able to do what it needs to do. It also needs phytochemicals. Now, phytochemicals you only get in plants. You don't get it in meat. You don't get it in synthetics. You can only get it from plants. So if you're taking a vitamin and a mineral supplement, which is a chemical supplement, I promise you there are no phytochemicals in there, and you end up with just a bunch of chemicals in your body, which really don't help. Vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals are the essential building blocks of the body. So they form a critical part of your cell, the way the cells are formed. And all health experts agree that it's best to get essential nutrients from food. The problem is that human studies suggest that the modern diet may not provide us with enough nutrients, and I think we all know that. And about 95% of all the supplements that you would buy in a shop are synthetic. And they're made of petroleum byproducts, coal tar derivatives, rocks, limestone, and metal shavings, not things that you want in your body at all. So the solution is to take our product, which is a real food technology product. It's 100% food-based vitamin, mineral, and phytochemical product. And this is the way the body's supposed to get it. Now, if you have enough vitamins and minerals and you've got enough glycans, then your body is a hell of a lot better off than with what we've got currently, with a lack of glycans and actually very little vitamins and minerals. When we look at the next product, which is a really amazing product, this is called the Happy Pill. And this is Mannatech's endocrine support product. We have over 96 hormones in our bodies, and we need specific nutrients in order for our body to make hormones. So these aren't hormones that you're getting. These are food for your hormones. It's gland food. And it contains plant sterols and amino acids, and that is what your hormones need. And we don't get plant sterols in our diet at all anymore either, because of the way that we grow our food and because of the processing and so on. These are not synthetic or plant hormones at all. And we know that we can get those at a place like Dischem, but this is not what this is. This is food for your endocrine system. So the benefits are major benefits to breast health, prostate health, bone health, colon health, immune health, heart health, and general well-being. And when people take Plus, they immediately feel it. You can literally give somebody 2 Plus caplets, and an hour later they'll say, oh, I feel so good. I just feel so relaxed. The next product is an antioxidant. It's called Ambrotose AO, but this is not Ambrotose. There's Ambrotose in it, but this is not the same as the pure Ambrotose product. This is mainly an antioxidant. Our bodies are attacked by free radicals and oxidative stress because of our lifestyle, smoking, drinking, processed food, pharmaceuticals, loads of chemicals in our body, inflammation in our body, and we live on an extremely toxic planet. We have continuous stress on our bodies, and the solution again is a food-based antioxidant. It's proven in human clinical trials to be extremely effective in fighting oxidative stress. It makes you younger. That's really what it does. You look younger, you feel younger, and your body's functions go to a better state, a healthier state. It reduces all of the detrimental effects of toxic substances in our body. Can I just ask that everybody mute their microphones, please? There's a lot of background noise. So the next product is omega-3 with vitamin D3. Omega-3 is an essential fatty acid, which means that your body absolutely needs this from a food source to be able to get it in. You cannot make omega-3 in your body. You have to eat it. And we've added vitamin D3, which is the sunshine vitamin. Most people are actually deficient in vitamin D3, even in South Africa. And supplementation of vitamin D3 is absolutely vital. Our modern diet also, in our modern diet, we get way too much omega-6. And omega-6 is extremely inflammatory in your body. And omega-3 is an anti-inflammatory, and they vie for the same receptors. So omega-6, if you get it out of balance, like we do in our diet, we have 30 times as much omega-6 than we have omega-3, then you get a very highly inflammatory state. And once again, with this COVID epidemic we've got at the moment, the main problem is inflammation. The people who die are the people who have got high levels of inflammation. And it's because they go into what we call a cytokine storm, which I don't want to go into details now, but there's a very dangerous situation which really we don't have an answer for at the moment. So right now, everybody should be taking this omega-3 with the vitamin D3 to reduce your levels of inflammation. It's also vital to cardiovascular health, to brain health, and as I said, the reduction of inflammation. Mannatech's omega-3 is ultra pure. That's why it doesn't give you a fishy burp. It's because it's molecularly distilled, which is a specific process, and it contains the optimal ratios of EPA and DHA. It also is made from sustainable sources of anchovies from the deep cold waters of Peru. And it's just amazing. I took omega-3 in just a normal supplement that I bought, for about 15 years, and it did nothing for me. And I was on Mannatech's omega-3 for 2 weeks when my inflammation just started disappearing. It has been absolutely amazing. You guys got to try it. You've got to try it. This is my absolute favorite product because this is a product that got me started in Mannatech, and it's GI Pro Balance. It's a pre and a probiotic. About 70% of your body's immune system. We're back at the immune system again. We're the immune company, guys. You want to have a solution for immune problems? This is it. About 70% of your immune system is located in your digestive tract. If your gut is out of balance, your health will suffer. GI Pro Balance helps promote good digestion. It restores your proper intestinal flora, in other words, your good gut bacteria. It also is formulated to improve nutrient absorption. The reason why it improves nutrient absorption is because it restores your good gut bacteria, because gut bacteria are responsible for nutrient absorption. You cannot absorb your nutrients if you don't have good gut bacteria. Why do we have such bad gut bacteria? It's because of chemicals, because of chlorine in our water, because of too much sugar, because of inflammatory things that we eat, because of too much alcohol, because of smoking, because of stress. We kill our good gut bacteria on a daily basis, and we need to replenish that. It also helps to guard against digestive upsets. And I've got to give you a tip here. If you ever want to promote your Mannatech product, your Mannatech business and your products, just carry a bunch of GI Pro Balance with you and give people a slim stick and let them just try it. And if a person has as much as a tiny bit of heartburn or a tiny bit of digestive upset, just give them a GI Pro Balance. They'll be hooked for life. They take it there and then, and 5 minutes later they say, oh my word, that was absolutely amazing. It has 1.5 billion active beneficial bacteria packaging. And at the time of expiration, and it's on the shelf, it's not in a fridge, it still has 1.5 billion colonizing forming units at the time of expiration, which is absolutely amazing. It also contains, as I said, beneficial prebiotics, which is food for your probiotics. So the products are just amazing. There's also targeted health products. I'm not going to go into detail with these, but we've got products that support your overall well-being, that for fat loss, for sport, for professional sports people love our products. They also don't have any stimulants in or any illegal substances. For children's health, there's no better product than Mannabear's. Skin care, cardiovascular health, inflammatory conditions, your immune support, we have products for all of those. Unbelievable. So here we are. Mannatech products will transform your life. It doesn't matter which product you take, I guarantee you that you will have success on these products. So it really is most amazing. Thank you very much, guys, for allowing me to share. I really enjoyed being on this platform with you, and over to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grieke. It is amazing to listen to you. I always learn something new, and it's wonderful to know you, and you've got such a big heart in helping people, and I can really vouch for that you look absolutely 10, 15 years younger than when I met you 6 years ago, just because of these products. And I know you feel optimally well and want others to feel exactly the same. So we've got this wonderful products that we know that it's our moral obligation to share with other people. And because there's also a business structure here combined with giving people hope with their health, we also give people hope of a better income, better financial freedom. So we've got a few people that we would like to ask why they chose this model to do the business side as well. Because we know that 80 to 90% of people are just customers using the product, but then there are also other people that join the business and help people to better health and wealth. So we are going to ask, first of all, Belinda Schlenter from Pretoria. She's a Silver Executive Director. Over to you, Belinda.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Helena. I knew my Silver Presidential Uplines, as well as JP Koster, my Platinum Presidential Upline, for this opportunity tonight. Okay, I was asked to share why I built this business. And tonight I'm only going to share to you guys the two main reasons why I built this business, because they the constant reasons in my time. Obviously, sometimes you get reasons to add, and some of the reasons don't exist anymore, but to me, this remains a constant in my life. So when I resigned from corporate, I did it because I actually wanted to spend more time with my children. And with this business, I can actually still spend all the time with my children, because I can even sit next to the sports grounds and build this business. There's a lot of parents, there's a lot of people who need an extra income and support, a lot of people who have difficulties with their health. So yes, I can watch them play the sports and continue with building this business. And secondly, I can travel and see the world. I always love to travel. And as with Mannatech, this is still possible. I don't have to fear because I don't work a full-time job anymore. Even if this is only a part-time thing, I can still travel. So don't delay and join us on this adventure of a lifetime.
Thank you, Belinda. Enjoyed that. So the next person, we're also Silver Executive Directors, all the way from Joburg, Leonard and Laura Grobler. We'd like to hear why you decided to use this vehicle for financial freedom.
Thank you. First, I want to thank Neil and Helena Wilken, our Silver Presidential Upline, and our Enroller, Bronze Presidential Upline, Irene Dupree. Why I'm doing the business, besides the fact that I was miraculously healed by the products, I also come from corporate, like Belinda said, and I know the sacrifices that you make in such a career. They hand you a cell phone and a laptop, and then they own you 24/7, inside and outside business hours. So with Mannatech, you can set up your own schedule and dictate your own earnings. The cherry on top, of course, is the traveling. I've been fortunate to be on a Mannatech incentive and all expenses paid holiday, and to a top holiday destination. And this happens at least once every year.
Yes, I met Irene Dupree, our upline, on a flight between Joburg and PE on the way to an incentive in Las Vegas. Laura and myself are both self-employed. Our initial reasons for joining Mannatech were passive income and an amazing life-changing product testimony. But our legacy will long outlive us because of that became our primary reason. With reference to Mannatech, our legacy will be what inheritance we will leave to our children's children. In his book, Your Best Year Ever, Michael Hyatt speaks about 10 domains that are interrelated in our lives. I would like to touch on 2 with reference to Mannatech. Spiritually, the principles applied in Mannatech, like honesty, integrity, caring, compassion, and love, are directly aligned to our spiritual beliefs. That is what we will leave behind. Financially, we see that the majority of conventional business doors are closed around the world. The ability of Mannatech to seamlessly still operate its core activities during this lockdown is commendable. Being a trendsetter in the industry of network marketing, what a blessing it was to receive a Mannatech on the 15th, irrespective of being in lockdown. Mannatech transforming lives. Thank you, JP.
Thank you so much, Leonard and Laura. It's my honor to have met you on the plane, and it's wonderful, all the Mannatech family that you meet in this journey. Looking forward to the best is yet to come. So the next speakers will be brand new Silver Executive Directors from Pretoria, Stefan and Sunette Smith.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Yes, thank you so much, Irene, for the opportunity to share tonight. Also want to thank our brand new presidential upline, Marguerite Littach. Thank you for everything you do for us. Yeah, like Irene said, my name is Sunette Smith. I'm a pharmacist here from Pretoria. And yes, I would like to share why we do this business. I actually have a lot of reasons, and the reasons keep changing. Well, of course, it's for the extra income. You know, in these uncertain times, we have very grateful for the extra income. Like Leonard said, the Mannatech we received on the 15th, that was very good. So yeah, also one of the reasons, a very important reason for myself is the personal development that I came across at this company. There was a webinar a while ago where JP and Vince, our 2 Platinum Presidentials, spoke, and they talked about financial education. And one thing I learned that night is that you should put away a part of your salary every month in a no-touch account that you should never touch on. And yeah, that was quite profound for myself. Also, the company has a great system that you should stick to if you want success. And one of the books that I came across to read, something that I would have never read before, is a book, Richest Man in Babylon. And also in that book, they talk about putting away a part of your income and never touching on it to help it grow. Thank you.
I'm Stefan. To be honest, in the beginning, I didn't know what it is. I didn't know what Snit is doing. I got a part of it, and I told her after about 2-3 weeks, when she went to the first seminar, I told her she's a different person, because she was also always negative and angry and things, and it got a positive. So just to get her positive and to see her every time smiling and things, it changed my life as well. So not about the money, not about the development, but about my wife, that's a positive person, and changed me as well to be positive.
Thank you. Bye.
Irene, you have to mute.
Okay. So somebody muted me. I unmuted my. Thank you, Sanette and Stefan. I really enjoyed that. The pleasing personality. So the next speakers, also brand new silver executive directors from Port Elizabeth, Werner and Chantal Creer. And I think Werner is also very passionate about the products. He is in charge of the base hospital in Port Elizabeth, the South African National Defence Force. And I think very, very busy at the moment. So we would like to know why you're building the business, the two of you. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Well, thank you first of all to Irene de Prier, our bronze presidential upline. Thank you very much for your love and support. Why are we doing the business? First of all, I was introduced to the business a few years ago. My daughter was very sick in hospital, and basically these products saved her life. The doctors weren't able to do much for her. And I started taking the Mannatech products, or she started taking it, and it just completely healed her. They said that she will never be able to go back to a creche or anything, and she's healthy, no problems at the moment, and still taking the products.
Hello, everybody. Yes, except for a fantastic business plan, I think we also started out with an extra income first, and knowing that it's a part-time business with a good income. I like, obviously, the glycans and the excellent products. But as everything in life, a lot of things changes, and so your why also start to change. And as you progress through the Mannatech system, we've also changed. So now we are together helping a lot of people. And I think specifically in this time where we are within midst of COVID-19 and everything that goes around us, I think this is a perfect opportunity to work from home, to build a business, and to go out there and help everybody with their immune systems. And then there is this fantastic system that we can use that was set there for us, so you don't have to build it yourself. It's there. You must just make it your own. Duplicate the system, and very, very important, never ever quit. So I believe, dream big, but wake up to make those dreams come true. I thank you.
Thank you, Werner and Chantal. I appreciate all of you guys sharing. And yeah, now obviously our main speakers or big part of our program obviously is the business side of Mannatech, and I'm very honored and excited to call the next speakers, also my mentors and enrollers, my Silver Presidential family. Neil and Helena Wilken from Oudtshoorn, thank you so much for introducing me to this company 11 years ago, and you've really changed my life in so many ways that I can't stop talking about it. So I'm looking forward to you guys. You always inspire so many people. So over to you guys. Thank you, Irene, and hello everybody on the call.
Good evening, everyone.
Well, thank you, JP, for creating this amazing platform. We've really enjoyed every single speaker this evening, and we want to say thank you to our team. You guys are doing an awesome job. But thanks, JP, for being an awesome leader to us. Well, yes, as a lot of you might know, we were introduced to this amazing opportunity by JP's mother about 11 years ago. And Neil and I will try this evening, try and keep it very short and just share that how we sort of want you to understand what this is about. Of course, we didn't understand a thing about it right in the beginning. And we know that most people are asking the questions that we were asking. Well, that is normally, what is this about and can I do it?
Okay, I think it's very important to, especially for everybody that's new on the call, just to know that we all started out just where you are, either in a meeting or in a coffee shop, or now in today's times on a call like this. And we are entrepreneurs and have been entrepreneurs. I've been in farming I don't farm anymore. I had been farming up until 5 years ago for at least 35 years. And we've done many things, but you know, it's about, we are so caught up in our daily activities, no matter what we do, if we're in a job situation or our own business, you know, we just get so caught up in that, you know, we don't really seem to be able to open our minds to any other opportunity. So please tonight, if you're new on the call, open your mind and just enjoy what we have to say. You know, we're speaking from our hearts, yeah. So what is a fact is that most people, and including myself, it was really, I experienced it. I used to lie awake many nights. I used to lie awake thinking about our finances, so much so that I actually developed an anxiety. And I know that Helena rushed me to the doctors at least once or twice, to get me onto the what do you call that heart machine? Just to check ECG. Your ECG. And you know, the doctor would just say, "Man, there's nothing wrong with you." You know, I said, "How can you tell me there's nothing wrong with me? I'm fine." You know, I mean, but that's what finances can do to you, or lack of money, or not, you know, not having that security to be able to say, listen, I can look after my family, I can look after my kids, and that kind of thing. So yes, money, and obviously your health as well. You know, I remember some of our kids also went through some huge challenges when they, you know, health challenges. And I tell you what, that keeps you awake. That is so emotional, you know. So guys, tonight we've spoken about the health side, and everybody that is shared tonight. You've done such an awesome job. Thank you very much for that. So we're just going to touch a little bit on just as important part of this talk tonight, and that's the money. So when we joined this business, I was introduced to this little analogy or this little diagram where someone, you know, said this is a very rich guy, Robert Kiyosaki. He's written many books on finances and economics, and he says that he divides the world up into quadrants. To 4, and each of these quadrants earn their money in a different sort of way, and none of them are wrong. Some of them are just better. So just let me go through it quickly. The E quadrant on the left top is for the employee. The S is for the self-employed. B is the business owner, and I is investors. This little diagram really changed the way that I looked at at earning my money. And even Helena, I mean, she's also an entrepreneur. It really just changed the way that we looked at things. So the E is a guy that you know, he's now chosen a career, and he's working for someone for a salary, and he's selling his time for money. So for every hour he works, he gets remunerated for that hour. And he hasn't got very much leeway in that quadrant. You know, I mean, your boss or your employee will decide, you know, what your salary will be when you go on holiday. You know, if you can get a raise, you know, all that kind of thing. And you end up, you know, if you work it out, you could be working for 40 years. And, you know, if you just worked it out and you say 40 years times 12 months, you're probably going to earn about 480 paychecks in that period of time. And another way of looking at it is that we call it the 40-year plan, where you're working for 40 years at 40 hours a week. And you're going to end up retiring on 40% of what you were earning, you know, at the end of your career, and you weren't even coming out on that. So a lot of us, you know, move from the E quadrant then down into the S quadrant, which is for the self-employed. And that's where Helena and I spent a lot of time. And that's a very interesting quadrant where you have to lay out quite a lot of capital, you know, so it becomes quite risky. And that's where a lot of anxiety comes in. You've got to get bonds and bank loans, and you're working, you know, with that sort of stress. The other thing in that quadrant is that you do have things like staff and you know, you might have to rent property, and you've got theft, and you've got, you know, there's just a lot of things that can go wrong in that quadrant. And something that really got to me in that quadrant was that all the decisions I had to make alone. And there's nothing wrong with making a decision as long as you make one. But you know, it's really a stressful situation. You make the decision, you got to sleep with it, you get up with it, you got to stick with it. You know, and it's you know, it's quite a scary situation to be in. And Robert Kiyosaki says, guys, if you're in the E quadrant, employee or self-employed, you must start moving over into the B quadrant. And the B quadrant, there's two ways of looking at it. It can be a very big business, and, you know, employing about 500 people or more, or it could be a business like network marketing, and that is the business that we want to concentrate on tonight. This is the business that we joined 11 years ago. And network marketing, you become a business owner as well, and you're actually creating a group of business partners and associates in your team, and you can actually start leveraging. And leveraging is a huge word in that quadrant, and it's so powerful. And I think Helena will touch a bit on that, and you'll actually see it a little bit later in the presentation. So yes, network marketing quickly is a very low startup cost, especially with Mannatech. It's about 600 Rand a month, and startup, sorry. And the great thing is that you have consumable products. So at the end of every month, people's products run out and they have to order more. And another very important thing is that most people start this business part-time, which then enables them to build up, you know, residual income until they're earning enough money, and they can then leave whatever job, or if they would like to leave their job or their other business. Yeah, so there are lots of tax advantages, and it's a great there's a great system in place as well, and I think Kriki did touch on that. And then network marketing is what's the word I'm looking for? It's endorsed by, you know, some very high-profile business people. Robert Kiyosaki, the top left there, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates. They all say they had to start over again, they would buy network marketing companies. There's an interesting diagram where there are three mega trends in the world that actually that have got together. And you'll see there in the middle, we are right there. So the first one is the wellness industry. And I know when we started this business 11 years ago, we were to manifest you know, that someone said that it was predicted that the wellness industry would be the next $1 trillion industry, and we are in it. So that is so brilliant that we know about that. and we part of the baby boomers. So there's a lot of people that still want to stay young and still sort of stretch their lives, and they want to live healthily. And yeah, so there's just so many parts of wellness, gyms, and people are trying to stay fit and young, you know, and we are right there with our natural supplements, which is fantastic. And then the direct selling model, which is a work from home model. You know, there are 90+ million people over the world in this you can call sales force, with $166 billion in total sales. That's huge. And 90% of people are doing it part-time, which is also great. You know, I mean, that's really fantastic. So, and then in the bottom circle, we have our entrepreneurship model, which is Mission 5 Million, where we are trying to eradicate malnutrition in children under the age of 5 in the world. So I know in South Africa, we're trying to eradicate malnutrition in at least 1 million children, which is a fantastic it's a fantastic mission and purpose to have while we're doing this business. Yes, this is a quick summary of the wellness industry, and you can have a look at that. Integrative health, 82 billion. Weight management, 586 billion. That's mainly fat loss. Skin care and aging, and then sport and performance. So guys, this is a massive, massive industry that we can, you know, really build our lives around and you know, earn that income and let residual passive income that actually, when you can lay your head down at night, you know that you have been working on your pension, you've got money coming in, you can really build your life around it. And that's what is so great for me and Helena, for Helena and I. That's really fantastic. So I'm going to give it over to Helena.
Great. No, thank you, Neil. Well, this photograph here is just for those that were still wondering where Mannatech is, and that we're a brick and mortar company, nothing to worry about. We're a solid company, 26 years old, listed on the NASDAQ in America under MTEX, and of course in more than 26 countries. The product technology we've looked at, Dr. Grikie Strydom covered that so well. Thank you very much for that, Grikie. And then, of course, as Neil said, that third circle there is very important for us to be part of Mission 5 Million. And each one of you who would be purchasing a product would be contributing towards this without taking out extra money. A certain percentage of your product purchase will go to Mission 5 Million. Currently, we are feeding 27,000 children in South Africa with Fighter Blend powder. Yes, so let's look at the opportunity quickly. So I like calling it an opportunity because we don't know what you're interested in. We don't know what your dream is. But just to quickly look at where does the money come from? Out of the total sales revenue, of course, a company can only pay out if there's revenue. So 56% of that goes for research and development, distribution, salaries, and other company expenses. And then, of course, the 44% is the sales commissions that we receive as business associates. We are actually the marketing arm of the company. We are the storefront of the company. There's nowhere where there's another store, and that is why they can pay us out. And we're one of the highest payout percentage payouts in the industry. Then, of course, we're operating globally in more than 26 countries. And the opportunity is whatever you want to make of it. You can start at part-time. There, you can really have flexible time. You can. We always say it's a 2 to 5 year plan. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's really a turnkey business. Everything is in place for you. You heard about the patents that Grikie was talking about. Everything is in place. You're not going to ever have to worry about distributing or delivering parcels. It's all in place. It's very low startup. Of course, I like the next one, incentive holidays, that Laura also mentioned. Love it. And there's a whole success system in place to support us with this. So if you want to do the business, or even if you want to be a customer, there's 6 steps for the customer. It would be just the step number 1 and 2. You get an account number, you put in an automatic order that goes off every month for your products. That's for up till there for the customer. If you want to be a business builder, you start making a names list, you build the turnover, you help 2 associates, 4 associates, and let's just look a little bit closer to that.
So step one, basically, you can either choose to be a customer or you can choose to be an associate, a business associate. We all pay the same price. As you can see, it's wholesale price. If you go onto an automatic order to receive your products every month, you will receive loyalty credits up to 20% in the end. Of course, even if you choose to be a customer, you will be able to go onto mannatech.com and create your own profile. You can have your own password, you manage your own orders. But you cannot refer anybody if you're a customer, and there's no registration fee. But if you're an associate and you want to also do referral and receive business income, it'll only cost you 750 Rand. I mean, to me, it's like a no-brainer. 750 Rand for a huge international company that is in wellness, that's growing rapidly, and that is online and turnkey. It's really fantastic. So step number 2 would be to put in your automatic order for your product. And that, of course, is for all of us who want to be a product of the product and feel our best. And also to have an automatic order, you will then earn, as I said, loyalty points. And to have your own personal story to tell people. And even when you're a customer, they're working on it in future that customers will be able to refer people just by telling their stories. That's actually what we do the best. Step number 3, if you're an associate and you want to build a big business, depending on how big a business you want to build, you start making a list of names. You can make 50, 500, however many you want to. Write it down. Rather trust a sharp pencil than a sharp memory, and then keep it handy and start working with that. And then, of course, the best advice I can give is when you've got your names list, speak to the person who introduced you and let them take you by the hand and let them teach you the next steps. Don't go alone and maybe feel lost in it. Step number 4 is building your revenue, your turnover of your business, because you have now just started up an international business online in wellness. So you are going to start speaking to people. And as you can see, this is you, and you're going to introduce some customers. Now, just let me explain quickly PV, because we're international and in so many countries, every country you buy your products in your revenue. So the way that the company work out what your commissions must be is by seeing what your whole turnover of product point volume is, or downline point volume is in your whole organization. So PPV stands for your personal product volume. That is your order plus your customer's order. And if you have a turnover here of about plus minus 500 PPV, you should be earning none less than 450 Rand a month for a start. And on top of that, if you have 5 customers, yeah, they've only got 4, but if you have 5 customers ordering on an automatic order for more than 100 PV a month, then you will receive an extra 750 per month. So that already will put you on 1,200 Rand per month that you're making. And I must just backtrack there. We didn't include in these slides the first bonus that you get, which is the first order bonus. The very first order, when you introduce a customer or when you introduce an associate, the very first product order that they do is called the first order bonus, and you will get 25% of that. The reason why we didn't include it here is we want to focus on the residual income here that is a monthly one. But of course, every time you introduce people in that month, you will get the first order bonus. Also, for the people who's very analytical, just ask the person who referred you. There's a whole 35-page explanation of the business plan. You can go and look through it and read every single thing of it. Okay, this was step 4. Step 5. So now you're going to go and you are going to introduce 2 business associates. Now, these are people who are also wanting to make money, who is also going to introduce and refer their own customers. And by helping your 2 associates to introduce their customers and have a turnover of 500 PPV each in their business, you qualify for what we say Team 2 qualified. So here you can see Team 2 qualified is 1,000 Rand every month. And of course, if you do it within the first month, you will get an extra, a bonus of R1,000. So step 6 would be you help introduce number 3 and 4, that is 2 other associates that you help. And by helping them again, you will get team 4, which is then not R1,000, it's 1,000. The team 2 plus the 1,500 will give you a total of 2,500 Rand for the month. And of course, you can see here that if you add up, each one of these people have a turnover of 500 ppv, which gives you a total of 2,500 downline point volume. And that will put you onto the level of being a silver director. And a silver director can earn up to about 5,000 to 6,000 Rand already every month. So let's look at this. In step 6, you've helped 4 associates, and you are making plus minus on average, depending on the structure of your business, you're making 5,000 Rand a month. Now, if you think of this in terms of years, that's 60,000 Rand already a year that you're making. And if you compare it with what the investors nowadays say, to make about average 5,000 Rand a month, you need about a R1 million investment. So I think it's easier to build a team like this, help 4 people to build their teams to earn that. And an extra 60,000 a year can help you pay your car off, or your house, or even a nice overseas trip or a holiday. So step 7, we will just go and duplicate. This business is really just about helping people. So we just go and duplicate what we've done. We just help these people to go and duplicate their teams and grow their teams. So if you help more people then to grow, and you are at a level of having about 21 people, in this picture you can see 21 people having a turnover of 500 ppv, you will have a total organizational turnover, downline point volume of 10,500, and you will be a silver executive director. And you will be earning anything between 10 and up to about 15,000 Rand per month. So the next step would just be to carry on with the same, inspire leaders. This is really built on leadership, on helping people. The more leaders you develop, you will get some leadership bonuses. And of course, if your organization grow to about 85 people with a PV of 500 ppv, then your turnover is 42,000 DPV, and you will be a presidential director, on average earning about 45,000 a month, and that can even go up to about 60,000 depending on your organization structure. Of course, here we're showing the perfect structure, but life is not that perfect. If it was that easy, it would be fantastic. But yes, so just to go a step further, if you grow your organization to 160 downline point volume, you will be a silver presidential director, earning about 100 to 155,000 Rand each month. So that is not where we stop. This is only where the fun starts. Of course, as you know, our young dynamic leader, JP Costa, is a platinum presidential, and we salute him for that, for being focused and hardworking and getting there. And our 2-star platinums, Louis Leonie van der Linde, they over here, they brought the company to South Africa. But you can see there's a lot of room for growth. You can even go bigger than them if you want to. So if we just quickly look at the risks and the benefits, I really don't think there's any risks. I mean, 750 Rand registration, the time that you put in, yes. The product, but you're getting health for the product, and there's a satisfaction back guarantee. And then, of course, all these benefits that you can get. There's so many benefits. I mean, there's so many more that we can add here. Someone mentioned personal growth. And it all depends on what your dream is. And I want to go back to that question that I started with, that what is in it for you, and can you do it? As you've seen and heard this evening, that people start from anywhere in life, and there's really a success system, and there's people to take your hand. The person that want to introduce you to this opportunity will take your hand, and there's a success system and support second to none. So you can do this. What's in it for you? I don't know. I don't know how big your dreams are, but you've got two choices basically in life. You can shrink your dreams to fit into your income, or you can expand your income to attain your dreams. And we want to welcome everybody to think big, to dream big, and to help us build an incredible business in Mannatech and help some more people be successful. Thank you, Irene. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Neil and Helena. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of people have sleepless nights tonight and dream with their eyes wide open. So I wish on you all big dreams. We can all do this. If I can do this from a small town and you taking me by the hand, everybody can do this. It's all about mindset. But like in any industry, nobody will be a success if it wasn't for extra effort put in. This is an industry, a huge industry, and people, if they just see it as a little home-based business, that's fine. If they're just happy with an extra 1,000 rand or 5,000 rand, but if you want to build this big and help more people, our system is a success. It's a support system. It supports your mindset, so you can grow into a leader to grow more teams. And this personal growth system is just absolutely amazing. You can go to the 3-Point Plan Net website. The website is number 3, 3pointplan.net, and there's valuable information there. And every Monday evening we have a webinar where one of our leaders talk about mindset and growth and different topics to grow yourself, get out of your comfort zone. And once a month, our scientist, Dr. Steve Nugent, talks on the webinar. On Monday, he spoke on the immune system support, and that was valuable information, specifically now with this virus pandemic. Then these Zoom calls, it's just been fantastic that we can build this business online, globally, from the comfort of our homes, in the kitchen, in your bedroom, wherever you are. It's really a mobile, global online business. Home meetings, Zoom opportunity meetings. We've already had a Zoom training in March, and I'm sure in May we will have another one. Then obviously on Saturday, the 25th of April, now the coming Saturday, our Manna Live. If you haven't registered yet, please go and do it, because we all know that the Manna Fest is our big annual function in America, but now we're doing it a virtual function. It's going to be fantastic, with lots of leaders talking, lots of motivational talkers from our own leaders we know. And we know the saying that those who go will grow. So go on your website, go and register, and don't forget to plug in on Saturday and grow your mind. Because another thing that I also can vouch for is our tools that that's been put together for us to grow our personal growth, our minds. Our TOMS, I like to call it the tools of the mind. And because we can't get our CDs and books now through the post with our products, the Mannatech Plus app is valuable. There are so many things that we can listen to wherever you are in your home in this lockdown period. There's no excuse to grow your mind and grow your business. While you hanging up washing or doing dishes or preparing food, there are CDs and so many things that we can improve ourselves, because nobody's going to follow you if you're not a leader that's also grown into a leader with that of example. So thank you, Helena and Neil, for being the example for me to help me grow and grow my business and wonderful teams together. So, and thank you, JP. Thank you, Louis and Leondi, our 2-star platinums, for putting this success system 3-point plan together, because without you guys, none of this would have been possible. So dream big, guys. Dream with your eyes open, and let's go and change the world. Thank you so much. Have a good night's rest and stay safe.